The 2014 FIFA World Cup is an international football tournament which is currently being held in Brazil from June 12 to July 13, 2014. The 32 national teams involved in the tournament were required to register a squad of 23 players, including 3 goalkeepers. Only players in these squads were eligible to take part in the tournament. A provisional list of 30 players per national team was submitted to FIFA by May 13, 2014. FIFA published the 30-player provisional lists on their website on May 16, 2014. The final lists of 23 players per national team were submitted to FIFA by June 2, 2014. FIFA published the 23-player final lists, with the squad numbers, on their website, on June 5, 2014. Teams are permitted to make late replacements in the event of serious injury, at any time up to 24 hours before their first game. The age listed for each player is on June 12, 2014, the first day of the tournament. The number of caps listed for each player does not include any matches played after the start of the 2014 FIFA World Cup. The club listed is the club for which the player last played a competitive match prior to the tournament. The nationality for each club reflects the national association to which the club is affiliated. Group A Brazil, coach, Luis Felipe Scolari. The final squad was announced on May 7, 2014. The squad numbers were revealed on June 2. Neymar suffered a fractured vertebra following a foul by Colombia defender Juan Camilo Zara ±Iga in the quarter-final. It was announced that Neymar would miss the remainder of the tournament. Cameroon, coach, Voka Fink. The final squad was announced on June 2, 2014. Croatia, coach, Niko Korva. The final squad was announced on May 31, 2014. With less than 48 hours until the opening game against Brazil, Milan Badelj was called up to replace the injured Ivan Moinaya, after having previously been excluded from the final squad. Mexico, coach, Miguel Herrera. The final squad was announced on May 9, 2014. However, midfielders Luis Montes and Juan Carlos Medina sustained injuries afterwards and were replaced by Javier Aquino and Miguel Angel Ponce. Group B Australia, coach, Ange Postecoglou. The final squad was announced on June 3, 2014. Chile, coach, Jorge Sampaoli. The final squad was announced on June 1, 2014. Netherlands, coach, Louis van Gaal. The final squad was announced on May 31, 2014. The squad numbers were revealed on June 2, during a press conference with Van Gaal. Spain, coach, Vicente Del Bosque. The final squad was announced on May 31, 2014. The squad numbers were revealed on June 3. Group C Colombia, coach, Jose Copyright Kerman. The final squad was announced on June 2, 2014. However, midfielder Aldo Leopoldo Ramirez sustained injury afterwards and was replaced by Carlos Carbonero. Greece, coach, Fernando Santos. The final squad was announced on May 19, 2014. Ivory Coast, coach, Sabri Lamachi. The final squad was announced on June 1, 2014. Japan, coach, Alberto Zaccheroni. The final squad was announced on May 12, 2014. The squad numbers were revealed on May 25. Group D, Costa Rica, coach, Jorge Luis Pinto. The final squad was announced on May 31, 2014. England, coach, Roy Hodgson. The final squad was announced on May 12, 2014. The squad numbers were revealed on May 22. Italy, coach, Ser Prandelli. The final squad was announced on June 1, 2014. The squad numbers were revealed the next day. Uruguay, coach, Oscar Tabarez. The final squad was announced on May 31, 2014. On June 26, 2014, the FIFA Disciplinary Committee banned striker Luis Suarez for 9 international matches and 4 months of any football-related activity after he was found guilty of biting Italian defender Giorgio Chiellini during their final group stage match. He was also fined 100,000 Swiss francs. With Suarez banned, Uruguay lost their next match 0-2 to Colombia and were knocked out of the World Cup. Group E Ecuador, coach, Reinaldo Rueda. The final squad was announced on June 2, 2014. The squad numbers were revealed the next day. However, midfielder Segundo Castillo was replaced by Oswaldo Minda after injuring ligaments in his right knee. France. Coach, Didier Deschamps. The final squad was announced on May 13, 2014. Though originally selected, Frank Weber copyright Y was removed due to a back injury. Honduras. Coach, Luis Fernando Suarez. The final squad was announced on May 5, 2014. Switzerland. Coach, Otmar Hitzfeld. The final squad was announced on May 13, 2014. Group F. Argentina. Coach, Alejandro Sabella. The final squad was announced on June 2, 2014. Bosnia and Herzegovina. Coach, Zafet Suaia. The final squad was announced on June 2, 2014. Iran. Coach, Carlos Queiroz. The final squad was announced on June 1, 2014. Nigeria. Coach, Stephen Keshi. The final squad was announced on June 2, 2014. Ejike Azuniyi replaced Elderson due to injury on June 7. Group G. Germany. Coach, Joachim Löw. Paragraph W. The final squad was announced on June 2, 2014. On June 7, Marco Reus was replaced by Shkodran Mustafi after Reus injured his ankle. Ghana. Coach, James Kwesi Appiah. The final squad was announced on June 1, 2014. On June 26, 2014, midfielders Sally Muntari and Kevin Prince Boateng were sent home and indefinitely suspended from the national team for disciplinary reasons. Portugal. Coach, Paulo Bento. The final squad was announced on May 19, 2014. The squad numbers were revealed on May 24. United States. Coach, Jawan Cortera Gen Klinsmann. The final squad was announced on May 22, 2014. Group H. Algeria. Coach, Vade Halilada. 3/4 year. The final squad was announced on June 2, 2014. Belgium. Coach, Mark Wilmots. The final squad was announced on June 2, 2014. However, a medical test on June 3 showed goalkeeper Koen Casteels had not completely recovered from his tibia injury and he was replaced by Sami Basat. Russia. Coach, Fabio Capello. The final squad was announced on June 2, 2014. However, midfielder Roman Shirokov was later removed from the squad due to a long-standing Achilles tendon injury and replaced by Pavel Mogilevets. Note: a 2012 friendly match against Lithuania, recognized by the Russian Football Union but not by FIFA, is not counted. South Korea. Coach, Hong Young-bo. The final squad was announced on May 8, 2014. Statistics: player representation by league system. League systems with 20 or more players represented are listed. England includes 2 Premier League clubs based in Wales, Swansea City and Cardiff City. In all, World Cup squad members play for clubs in 54 different countries, and play in 51 different national leagues. The Russian squad is made up entirely of players from the country's domestic league. England's squad has only 1 player employed by a non-domestic club. That player is employed in Scotland, which along with England is part of the United Kingdom but has its own national federation and league system. Only Uruguay's squad is made up entirely of players employed by overseas clubs. Although 1 player on that squad, Sebastian Coates, played for a domestic club immediately before the World Cup, he did so while on loan from English club Liverpool. 3 squads have only 1 domestic-based player. Of countries not represented by a national team at the World Cup, Turkey's league provides the most squad members. Player representation by club: clubs with 8 or more players represented are listed. Coaches representation by country: coaches in bold represent their own country. See also, 2010 FIFA World Cup squads, references. External links: official website, official players list, preliminary squads list.